this is a very special vlog because today is my birthday. Turned 35 officially today. And how am I spending it? Alone at home with my Starbucks because I literally live right across the parking lot from it. But I just kind of wanted to tell you a little bit more about myself. I kind of just gave you the basics last time, and just wanted to go a little bit more in depth about why I am the way I am, I guess. So, I have been through a lot of trauma, both in my childhood, teenage years, adulthood, everything. And eventually it just kind of hit me. Especially whenever I started like getting into my early 30s and stuff. And it was just kind of, what am I doing with my life kind of thing. Because whenever I was 21, I joined the United States Army. And then I was in there for just shy of 2 years. I did get married and divorced twice by the time I was 25. And then the way that all of that went down, it was very traumatic events happened. And then so after that, I just kind of couldn't get my footing, and I couldn't figure out what it was I wanted to do or anything. And this is whenever I'm in my late 20s. I just couldn't figure it out. And then I got into another very bad relationship for about 2 years. Very toxic, very abusive, and it was just horrible. But I figured, why not stay in it, because I have nothing else going on in my life. Because I don't even work because I get veterans disability. And then, so finally I just could not take it anymore. And I left, and I didn't have anywhere to go because I was living with him in his house. And then so I stayed with my mom and my dad for about 2 months. Thankfully, they let me stay there because I didn't have a car at this point. He had my car repoed because he said I had to pay his truck payment, and we couldn't afford to pay both, so my car had to go. So I had to start completely from scratch, like phone everything, because my phone was on his plan. And then so I got my own phone line, I got my own car, and then I found my apartment, which is not great. And it's in a really bad neighborhood, but it's mine. And I just reached 3 years here, and that has been, I would say, amazing, but at the same time it has kind of isolated me, because I think I've dated 2 guys since I moved in 3 years ago, and none of them lasted. One, I think it was 2 dates, and then the other one we just met up a few times, like handful, literally, like on one hand you could count. And then that was over 2 years ago. And the only people that I would ever go and visit is my mom and my dad, because they're just over in Grand Prairie, just the town over. It takes me like 15-20 minutes to get there in traffic. And then, so the only time I'd be around people is whenever I'd go over there, or we'd have like family get-togethers, and all of my brothers and sisters would be there, because some of them live in different states, in different parts of the United States. But even I've withdrawn from that in the past probably year or so. And I can't figure out what exactly it is that has changed within me, but it just, I guess maybe it was knowing that I'm in officially my mid-30s and I have nothing besides my animals. And That's not healthy. It's not okay. And of course, I gained so much weight within this time, and I am going to lose it. So watch out for that. But it's just traumatic events throughout my life, for 35 years worth. And then it's just things stolen from me. And I tried to help so many people. And every single time I tried to help them, it just backfired on me. And it made me not trust people anymore. And it made me not want to help people anymore. And so now I don't. And it's just I turned into this bitter woman whenever that's not who I am. I used to always be called shy, and I never talked, but I was nice, and I was funny, and I'm so sarcastic, it's ridiculous. But it's just, and I will have to say that in the last decade or so, I have learned to really speak out for myself. If I think something, I'm gonna say it. I don't really give a shit if it hurts your feelings or not, because people don't care if they hurt mine. But it's just, it's like, why help people if I'm gonna end up getting screwed? Why get involved with people if they're just gonna hurt me? And it's a very toxic way to think. But yet I don't know how to get out of it. And so that's kind of why I'm doing this, is so that I can kind of talk about it. Because all I have is these thoughts racing around in my head. ADHD doesn't help. And it's just all these thoughts racing around in my head all the time, and I never get it out of my head. I just let it sit there. And of course that's not healthy. And it's just, I need a life. I need to be normal-ish. I don't really care about being super normal. Who does? But it's like I see all these YouTubers, like my favorite YouTubers are out there doing things. They're moving in with their significant others. They're having babies, getting married, buying houses. And so it makes me think, like, what is wrong with me that I can't have that? I tried so many times, but it just gets taken from me every time. But I want to start getting back out there. Maybe not dating, because I'm fine with being alone, like on the significant other front. But like my favorite YouTubers are Sam and Colby, which obviously they have like ghost hunting videos and like exploring, and that's what I used to do, but I haven't done in so long. And I've never gone ghost hunting, but oh my god, I'm freaking obsessed with anything that has to do with hunting ghosts. It's like ridiculous. But it's just, I want to start doing what I want to start doing instead of having fear and anger and sadness holding me back. And it just, what's stopping me? Nothing besides myself. And obviously I can't do like a lot of things because I don't have 10 million subscribers. So I don't get to go like all over the world like my favorite people do, or I don't get to go shopping and all that kind of fun stuff and show you my hauls. But I do want to start opening up to somebody besides my animals. And I want to start feeling like I matter and that I have a place in this world. Because for 35 years I haven't. I never thought I mattered. I always felt out of place. Like something was wrong with me. Like even as a child, I knew that I was different. And it made my life tough. That's kind of why I got into Harry Potter, is because I was 11 when the first book came out. So it was perfect timing. But whenever I was going through traumatic events during my preteen and teenage years, even my early 20s, it was like that's how I could escape, was using Harry Potter. Escaping my world and going to a completely different world. And I think that's the only reason I'm alive, is because I had that escape. And it helped. But of course now I'm older and I can't escape anymore. I don't really know how to escape anymore. I don't know how to get myself out of my brain. I don't know how to stop intrusive thoughts. And it scares me sometimes. But it needs to stop. And thankfully I am just putting this out there and like not having it private or anything, or just writing something down. Even I think this has helped me. Even though it's my second video and nobody's gonna watch it except for myself. But that's okay, because it's out there and it's out of my head. And it's something that will hopefully encourage me and motivate me, because it's out there in the world publicly. And I need to start taking more pictures. I need to start making more videos. I need to start spending more time with the ones I love, because I did lose an uncle here recently. In the last 3 Augusts, I have lost a loved one. 3 Augusts in a row. And it does show you that time here is limited. Even if we don't want this time, we still need to enjoy it while we can. And there's no reason that we shouldn't. And while that is a hard concept for me to get my brain around, it's true. And it's true for everybody. We all need to take the time that we're giving and do something worthwhile. We need to get out there, and if you want to write a book, write a book. If you want to make videos, make videos. If you want to go exploring, go explore. If you want to find the love of your life, I wouldn't say Tinder would be the greatest idea, but go out there. You have to put yourself out there in order to get the things that you want. And that's what I'm doing. And it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult. Most days I'm gonna feel like I don't care anymore. And I'm gonna be unmotivated and unwilling to do anything. But I know I'm gonna have to push myself, or else I'm gonna regret it for the rest of my life. I regret so much about like my 20s, about what I could have accomplished already if only I had done it. Had so many dreams, and it's just, I stopped myself because I figured, what's the point? But now I'm figuring out that the point is to enjoy life. Essentially. Just enjoy life. Enjoy it while you're here. Enjoy it with the people that you love. And it's as simple as that. It's the hardest thing in the world. But it's simple. And yet, it's taken me 35 years to understand that. And I'm hoping other people realize that it's okay to be depressed. It's okay to have anxiety. It's okay to have personality disorders. It's okay to have all these things wrong with you, and yet still be able to enjoy the time that you're here on earth. And I wish I would have been told that when I was younger. And even, I am glad that I didn't wait until like my 40s, 50s to finally figure this out. But even if I was in my 40s or 50s just figuring this out, it would still mean that I had time left on this earth to enjoy. I just have to figure out what to do. How to do it. Ways to do it. Ways to get out there. Especially since I live in a huge city. I live in between two even more huge cities. I live in a huge state, but yet I stay in my little bitty apartment with myself. And there's no point of living like this, where it is quite literally just surviving. I'm not living, I don't have a life. I am surviving what time I have left. And that's not what I want. And it's not what anybody should have to go through. People should be out there following their dreams, and as cliche as it sounds, follow your dreams. Nothing. And I am talking to myself whenever I'm saying this. Nothing is out of reach. Everything is possible. Everything. And I hope somebody watches this, besides myself, and hopefully they will get that message and start enjoying their lives. Because what is the point of making myself more depressed if I'm already depressed? It's just like I find ways to make myself sad. And I need to start finding ways to make myself happy. And it's very few times that I have been happy in my life. I was always waiting for the bad. Always. And like law of attraction, if you think it's gonna be there, it's gonna be there. So of course, all these good things are happening to me and my life is amazing. But I'm thinking about it. About what the bad thing is gonna be. And then a bad thing happens. Because I manifested it. Of course, if you sit there and you're gonna look for the bad, you're gonna find the bad. But if you sit there and you think your life is gonna be great and you're going to live a great life and you are going to be happy and motivated and willing and excited, you're gonna be excited and you're gonna find the good things. Even if bad things happen, find the good. I really need to get back into the law of attraction, manifesting things. I need to start getting back into meditation and my gratitude journals and all that kind of stuff, because it really did help whenever I actually believed it. But again, I was always waiting for the bad things. So bad things can. But if something bad happens, it doesn't mean that my life is bad. It means that I need to pick my ass up and I need to go out there and find the good again. Instead of just shutting down and just completely ignoring everything and everyone. Because who wants that? Who wants to live a life like that? And yeah, it's okay to want to be alone. I'm a huge introvert. I've never been an extrovert. And I'm totally fine with that. But people do, we need human connection. We need to be able to speak to another human. And I need to get myself back out there and speak to other humans. And so, I guess my 35th birthday is me coming to this revelation. I guess you call it epiphany and stuff, or it's not really. Because these are thoughts I've already had. But yet I just didn't think I was good enough to have them. Everybody's good enough. Everybody deserves a good life. Even if you've done bad things. You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive other people, even if they're not sorry. Because some people just won't be sorry for something that they've done to you. And I have to remember that. And it's trying to find what makes you happy. Whatever it is. It's possible. It's okay to want good things for your life. It's okay to be selfish. And it's okay to do what you have to do in order to follow your dreams. I mean, unless it's like murdering somebody, just don't do that. But it's okay. Sometimes you have to be selfish. And yeah, that's a hard thing for some people like me. But that's life. And life deserves to be lived. So happy birthday to me. I hope you enjoyed this. Because, like, I don't edit. I'm not scripted. This is literally what I'm thinking. Which is why there's pauses and all of that kind of stuff. And just me seeing random things. Because that is me. That is my mind. That is my brain 24/7. And I hope somebody out there sees this and can relate. Because one of my dreams and aspirations in life is to help somebody, even just one person, just inspire them. Just to help them be more of who they want to be. So, thank you so much for watching. And if you got this far, I commend you because this is a lot of talking about myself and about random things. So, thank you so much. Bye.